Hey everyone, it's Crystal, a vlogger with NuSplash, and today I'm coming at you guys to discuss how sometimes what we want for ourselves, what we feel like we really want, and our vision is so much smaller, so much more limited than what divine order has in store for us. It's funny because whenever I lose something, right? When I lose something that I feel I really wanted, or things don't go the way I planned with someone, or situations don't turn out the way that I feel they should, they don't have the outcome that I desire, I have a tendency sometimes to feel like, God, the universe is working against me, and I kind of get upset, and have a little temper tantrum in my head, or even out loud when I have these talks with God, when I write my journal, and have these talks with my angels, and I get upset, and I just ask sometimes, like, why, why are things not going the way that I want them to? Do you have a vendetta out against me? What is it? And when that happens, like recently, whenever that happens, I think about the story with my dog. So a little background on how I got my beautiful dog British. I had driven with Destiny, my daughter, an hour and a half away to this place called Shacklesville, there you go, Shacklesville, Virginia, out in the country. But yes, it was an hour and a half away. At this time I had decided to get a dog because we had a pet fish named Lucille that died, and we've had a number of pet fish, but the death of this one just really like hit Destiny really hard. And she's like, Mom, she was crying, and it happened on an Easter Sunday, and she's like, Mom, I just want something that doesn't die, I mean, that has like a longer lifespan than a fish. So at that time I made up in my mind I'm gonna get her a dog. So decided to get her a dog, go on Craigslist and look for people who are looking to rehome their dogs. Come across an ad for a dog that's about a year old, about 50 pounds. It seemed like it, from what I saw, from the pictures and stuff, from what I read, it seemed like it would be a good fit. So, corresponded with the owners. Everything was a go. So we went down there to Shacklesville to get what we thought would be our dog. So we get down there, and the chemistry was just wrong. I mean, the owner and I decided like it just was not a good fit. Like the dog was snapping at Destiny, and it was just really weird. And the dog, they told me that it typically doesn't do that. So it was just weird. It must have been like really bad chemistry. Like it just wasn't meant to be. So bummed out, I'm thinking, man, here I go. I have to disappoint her again. And I'm like, man, we're about to leave empty-handed. I drove an hour and a half. Now we're not about to have a dog. So then, as I feel kind of defeated, the owner, she stops and she's like, just wait a second. I think I got something for y'all. So she goes into the house and she brings out these cute little puppies. I think at the time they were like a few days old. The mom had just given birth like not that long ago. And she said, since you guys have driven so far, I don't want you to leave empty-handed. So with that being said, I'm going to give you the pick of the litter. You can have any dog you want in the litter. So we looked, we kind of tried to pick out which one we thought would be best for us. We gravitated a lot towards this one specific dog. He kind of was off to the side doing his own thing. And then he came to me kind of like, at that time, dogs don't really walk. So he kind of like maneuvered, over towards me and like fell asleep on my hand. And at that time, I just knew like that was the one. Like that was who our dog was going to be. And there was no doubt, no question in my mind. Like, I was just 100% sure. Everything just meshed. It just fit so perfectly. Everything just was in flow. So we left, and then we gave the dog it was about 7 weeks to grow and mature and wean off being fed by the mom. And each week the owner would give us weekly updates with pictures and videos showing his growth and progress. And then finally on May 31st, 2014, we got to take him home. Which is exciting, and ever since he can be mischievous, but he's been such a great addition to our lives, and we're just so thankful. And I bring up this story because it was a prime example of how what I thought I wanted not only wasn't meant for me, but there was something better. Like, I look back now and I'm like, thank God I didn't get that dog. I had this beautiful little pup who is just full of life and vibrant. He's so unique because there's no other dog that looks like him. And he's just so special to us. He just lights up our lives. And had, I settled or gotten what I thought I wanted, had I received from the limited vision that I had before, I would have missed out on my blessing. And I just want to tell you guys, when you feel like you're getting a lot of no's, things are not working out the way you want them to, and something you feel like you want, it doesn't work out, you don't get the outcome you want, or the person you thought was it ends up not being that person and walks out, just know, like, there's something greater. There's something better in store. I promise you. I promise you, promise you, promise you, promise you. I mean, you might not understand it while it's happening, but when you finally do get that big blessing, it's gonna be everything you wanted, and what you thought you wanted is gonna pale in comparison to the amazingness of what was meant for you. So yes, be encouraged. Know that always something greater is in store, and just because you get a no doesn't mean you're not gonna get, you're not going to get the blessing. It just may be different than what you envision. And it's always, 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 always going to be better. All right. Till next week. Thank you. Bye.